dear traders, and welcome to Olymptrade. My name is Angie. I am a financial analyst, and this is our weekly roadmap for traders. In this release, we'll talk about some of the main news releases, the US elections, Biden versus Trump, who is going to be the leader of the United States of America, what will happen if the Americans implement new economic stimulus measures, consequences for gold, how did American companies report last week. We'll also speak a little bit about what's been going on in the economy, what news should we watch for this week, and we'll also look at the technical targets for Euro US dollar, GBP USD, and USD JPY. The main event of the week, of course, will be the American elections. Biden is currently in the lead, judging by the ratings. But as we all know, it doesn't mean a victory yet. Let's look back at 2016. Everybody prophesied victory to Hillary Clinton, and she was also in the lead by ratings, but Trump took over the White House. Therefore, it is too early to predict a victory for the Democrats. The question is, how can it all affect the markets? Traditionally, the markets should grow against the background of elections, but in case of Biden's victory, things are unclear. The problem is that he wants to raise taxes, which means that the markets may consider his victory as a negative factor. So far, we see the following picture. Just this week, Dow Jones collapsed from 28,000 to 26,500 points. What about support measures? The circus continues. The Democrats and Republicans did not manage to agree on a new package. The Democrats are offering a much larger package, mainly for Democratic states. The Republicans, of course, rebuffed themselves, and everybody is blaming each other for delaying the process. The main thing here is to understand that the new support package will certainly be adopted. The consequence of this will be another wave of US dollars spilled out into the markets. This means that investors can again pay attention to gold as the most reliable asset. On the other hand, the money that is being pumped into the market may give a boost of growth for American company shares, which, by the way, are still demonstrating good reports. Last week, Microsoft reported earnings of more than $37 billion for the third quarter. Eternal competitors Visa and MasterCard also reported. Visa surpassed analyst expectations and reported a revenue of $5.1 billion. MasterCard reported at the level of expectations with a profit of $3.8 billion. Boeing slightly increased and reported a revenue of $14.14 billion. Amongst other things, the data from the CB Consumer Confidence came out last week with a gloomy 100.9 points below expectations of 102. The Bank of Canada and European Central Bank kept their rates at the same level, 0.25% and 0% respectively, and German GDP grew by 8.2%. In the USA, one of the main news was the initial jobless claims. The report was better than expected at 751,000. During this week, pay attention to the following releases. The Reserve Bank of Australia interest rate decision is due on Tuesday at 3:30 a.m. GMT. Analysts expect that the rate will be cut to 0.10% and the quantitative easing program will be expanded. If it does not happen, we can expect AUD-USD to strengthen. ADP non-farm will be released on Wednesday. Don't forget that analysts like to manipulate with figures, and good data from the unofficial ADP absolutely does not mean positive data from the official U.S. Department of Labor on Friday. U.S. Federal Reserve interest rate will be released on Thursday at 7 p.m. GMT. There seems to be little change here so far, but movement may start for the US dollar as soon as Powell starts to speak. By that time, we'll have the results of the US elections, which means that we may experience high volatility. The icing on the cake will be on Friday with the release of non-farm payrolls at 1:30 p.m. GMT. The forecast is for 600,000 jobs. It seems to be a bit pessimistic. The reason is that the number of initial claims in October went down, as well as the number of repeated claims. So NFP may come out better than expected, and if that happens, the US dollar will grow. Now let's look at the technical picture. Euro US dollar on a daily time frame fell all of last week. The pair is currently trading at a strong level of support in the vicinity of 1.16465. The pair is below the 10 EMA, MACD intersected to the downside, and parabolic SAR is also pointing down. Support targets are going to be 1.15381, followed by 1.14515. Resistance is 1.17547. GBP USD, once again on the daily time frame, is attempting to break below our local trend line. MACD intersected to the downside, and parabolic SAR is also pointing down. Support is going to be seen at 1.27625, followed by 1.26702. Resistance is 1.3868. And finally, USD JPY. We see that the pair is trying to break above the 10 EMA. MACD is about to intersect to the upside, and parabolic SAR has already reversed and pointing up. Resistance is 104.955, followed by 105.534. Support is 104.012. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to make sure that you are subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.